have a pencil case. I'm a 41-year-old man.
Well, I'm not far down the line from you. Everyone needs a pencil case.
Pourquoi?
There's everything in here, everything you could ever need.
Pencils, flakes.
2 spoons, quite a lot of... There's a float, if everyone needs some money.
What?
There's a float in here.
It sounds like you've got 1976 stored in there as well. A float?
Yeah.
Got some pin money?
Yeah, I got a bit of pin money for emergencies.
Any pencils in there?
No, a couple of lip balms. Some, there's all sorts in here.
Oh, you know, thank you, because I had nothing for the show. The phone-in for the show is now... What's in your pencil case? Thanks for that.
Welcome. Thank you, Iain.
Freeview, digital radio and online. Your voice in the West Midlands. BBC WM 95.6.
It's as simple as that. I've been sat here for the last hour going, I've got nothing. What's in your pencil case? 03453 009956. Before that, let's get the news. Here's Alice Rosenthal.
Good morning. West Midlands Police are still holding 6 people arrested in Dover on suspicion of Syria-related terrorism offences. Searches are taking place at addresses in Smallheath, Acox Green, Lascelles and Alum Rock. The BBC's Elizabeth Glink has been following the story.
The group includes 5 men and 1 woman who are all in their 20s, and 4 of the men are confirmed to be from the Birmingham area. We know that they were arrested at about 8 o'clock on Friday morning in the departure zone of the port at Dover, so presumably they were preparing to get on a ferry to leave the UK.
Officers say the group pose no immediate threat and are not a family group. The National Union of Teachers says rules under which parents in England are fined for taking their children out of school for a holiday should be scrapped. It says the restrictions introduced by the government in 2013 unfairly penalise working parents, and says a future government should consider penalising travel firms that raise prices during school holidays. A 25-year-old man from Birmingham is due in court today, charged with murdering a 5-month-old baby. Thomas Drucas from Perry Bar was arrested after the girl died in hospital on Wednesday. A 22-year-old woman arrested in connection with the deaths been released on bail. Police say a post-mortem examinations revealed the child had several injuries. Further tests are being done to establish the cause of death. In the latest election campaigning, Labour is to promise a fund of at least £5 billion for new housing. The Conservatives say they'd appoint a regulator to protect children from online pornography, and the Liberal Democrats are setting out plans for more community care. Meanwhile, a poll suggests 60% of people in Britain would prefer a rise in taxes to protect the NHS rather than cuts in other public services. The survey of almost 1,800 people for the policy group The Health Foundation also found that 6 out of 10 respondents back the idea of fines for missed appointments.
Your sport in the West Midlands
on BBC WM 95.6.
Aston Villa face a difficult task as they seek to put more distance between themselves and the Premier League's bottom 3. They travel to Manchester United. It's live on BBC WM 95.6 from 3 o'clock, with our build-up starting with Daz Hale's early kick-off at midday. The Villa manager, Tim Sherwood's expecting Louis van Gaal to be more attacking than the system he used to defeat Liverpool at Anfield recently.
I'm not sure if they can play set up exactly the same as that against us at home, because the crowd demand a 4-4-2 formation. It'd be interesting to see if they actually go with 2 strikers or Wayne up there on his own and people joining very quickly. Whatever it takes, whatever formation they give, we know they've got excellent players and we know we have to give them their respect.
And West Bromwich Albion head coach Tony Pulis says he's not being lulled into believing the club are safe in the Premier League. The Baggies go into this afternoon's game with QPR at the Hawthorns with an 8-point cushion over the relegation places. There'll be commentary from the Hawthorns on BBC WM's DAB frequencies from 3. A look at the weather: dry and cloudy today, a few bright spells on the way though. Highs of 11 Celsius, that's 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Dry overnight and clear, so it could be quite chilly with a chance of frost and fog. Lows of 4 Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow it's looking like it'll be dry with some good patches of sun. That's your news and sport for the West Midlands. It's 4 minutes past 10.
Saturdays with Iain Lee
on BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Literally just seen the first ever video. Not the first ever video, there's more to that sentence. Of my boy riding his bicycle. Wow. Who cares about the rest of this nonsense? My boy can ride a bike. Morning, Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. there's not a lot in the papers. It's yeah. Hang on. So, what's in your pencil case? Well, let's go back one step. Who on earth even has a pencil case that isn't a 12-year-old girl? I think pencil cases are coming back in fashion, on Vogue. It's got to be, and I hate to be so lazy as to break these things down into gender specifics, but I'm going to. It's got to be a girl thing, hasn't it? 03453 009956. By the way, I throw this stuff out. You can call in about anything you want. I also want to play What I Don't Get Is. What I Don't Get Is, right? And I saw a girl doing it this morning. She was making a phone call and she had her mobile phone, but instead of, I don't know, being all old-fashioned and holding it up to her ear, she was holding it in front of her and talking into it. And then when the other person was talking, then she put it to her ear. Then when they'd finished, she'd take it away and... I don't get it. Why would anybody do that? Oh, there's other bits and pieces as well. Is anyone going to do any DIY this weekend? We can't do DIY anymore. Oh, there's a horrific story about a man making love to a scarecrow. Ay, 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 ay. It's what Jesus would have wanted, isn't it? Flippin' heck. 03453 009956. I kind of got a feeling it's going to be a slow one today, but let's see what happens, shall we? 03453 009956. The lines are open. You can call about whatever you want.
Kind of game I play. I'm telling you, baby, you will never find another girl in this heart of mine. This heart of mine, in my heart. Woo! Into my eyes, can't you see they're open wide? Would I lie to you, baby? Would I lie to you? Oh yeah. Don't you know it's true, girl? There's no one else but you. Would I lie to you, baby? Yeah. Would I lie to you, baby? Into my eyes.
Oh yeah. I'm reminded as well
Baby, would I lie to you?
of of a conversation I was having with producer Marky Mark and Richie before the show. I'm going to phrase it much more delicately than we were phrasing it off air. Now, this must have happened at some point, and I'm just trying to work out the logistics of it, right? So, you get, you're a gentleman, and you realise that you have been born in the wrong body and you want to become a woman, okay? So you have the operation and you become a woman, and that's fine and that's dandy and that's great. Good luck to you. But then, supposing supposing you've gone that way, you've gone from man to woman, and then you go, oh, do you know what? Flippin' heck, I half made the wrong decision. I wish I was a bloke. And so you go. Is it possible to go from bloke to woman, then back from woman to bloke? Is that possible at all? Or vice versa, from woman to bloke and bloke to... I don't know how it works. Do you know, it's one of these things that hey, we're the liberal-leaning BBC, we talk about this stuff all the time. I don't know the technicalities. This is a good Easter talking point, isn't it? I don't know the technicalities of how they work the privates, the bibs and bobs. Richie explained it in a rather colourful way, and I think perhaps it was... perhaps he didn't quite get it right. 034... What's going on? What's going on? What are you doing? You have to speak. You're on the radio.
I want a newspaper.
Which paper do you want?
The Birmingham Mail.
Yeah, there's loads of them. There you go. Thanks. What? So 03453 009956. That's the telephone number if you want to give us a call about that. There must be somebody who's gone from one way to t'other and then back again. I don't know. There must be, mustn't there? It's going to be a long show today. There's not really a lot in the papers either. This is the thing. I get in about, for the bosses listening, about 2 hours in advance. For the fans, about 45 minutes. And go through the papers and go, well, we can talk about this, or we can talk about that, and kind of get a long list of things. But there ain't nothing in the papers. I'll tell you the biggest talking point in the papers is on the front page of the Star. This is how poorly served we are by our newspapers today. The biggest talking point, it's in most of the papers, it's front page of the Star. Is there an election coming up? Yeah. Well, then let's put this story on the front page. EastEnders, Alfie and Kat get own show. Aye. Really? That's it? EastEnders, Shane Ritchie and Jesse Wallace are leaving Albert Square to star in a spin-off series. Flippin' heck. Is EastEnders still going? This is my thing. Man alive, give me control of the BBC for a year. Now that I own the BBC, what am I supposed to do with this thing? Is a song by Sparks, thank you very much indeed. Give me the BBC for a year and I will show you a man. No, hang on. That's give me a child at the age of 7 and I will... No. Give me the BBC for a year. I would save you guys an absolute fortune. First thing I'd do, get rid of EastEnders. You got rid of Clarkson and the world is still turning. Yeah? So get rid of EastEnders. It don't serve a purpose. It don't serve a... Sell it to Channel 5. Channel 5 would buy it. You'd have the bonus of not spending money on EastEnders and you'd sell it to Channel 5 for what? 50 million quid? Beautiful. Thank you. The pair who play Alfie and Kat Moon said they were both thrilled. Turn to page 17. It's a big story. I do find Kat very attractive in that kind of tarty common hooker look. You know that kind of tarty common hooker look? EastEnders, can we turn to page 17. EastEnders, Kat and Alfie star in own show. The excitement is palpable. EastEnders Shane Ritchie and Jesse Wallace are leaving Albert Square to star in a spin-off series. Flip it. The only successful spin-off series I can think of was Mork and Mindy. Who knows what Mork and Mindy was a spin-off from? Marky Mark, do you know what Mork and Mindy was? I haven't got your microphone. Do you know what Mork and Mindy was a spin-off of? Happy Days. The Fonz. Other Happy Days spin-offs include Laverne and Shirley, and Joni Loves Chachi. The pair, who play Alfie and Cat Moon, are taking time out from the hit BBC soap later this year. It was revealed yesterday. Bosses are keeping the couple's exit storyline under wraps. But they will film a series following Cat and Alfie's life outside of Walford. Oh, flippin' heck! I can't think of anything worse.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
I have literally no idea who's on the travel, so let's find out.
It's Phil Ray again.
Phil, away you go. Hello, hello, hello. Let's have it. Is he there? Is he going to talk to us?
On the M6 northbound, coming from Junction 3 at Coventry over towards the M6 toll, Junction 3A, we've got one lane closed off. That's because of an accident. Traffic does seem to be coping well with this, though. It's a bit busy in Selly Oak at the moment as well, as you head on Chapel Lane around the Priory Crossroads. And also just be aware around Paradise Circus, the ongoing works there may cause you some delays later on. Now, if you do spot a problem, you can give us a call on our travel line, 0330 0066 064.
This Easter Monday, we're going back in time to the glamtastic 70s. Yeah, man. From Meatloaf to Slade, ELO to Fleetwood Mac.
You can go your own way. Oh, my little pretty one, a pretty one. When you gonna be me sometime, Sharona. Baby, we were forced to run.
We're playing some of the greatest hits of the 1970s.
I was defeated, you are the wrong. That's the way I like it.
This Easter Bank Holiday Monday on BBC WM 95.6.
There you go, you see. Shane, 51. 51 years. He looks good for 51, doesn't he? Do you know what? I was a very unattractive young man, and I kind of peaked looks-wise. Around 38, I started thinking, do you know what? I'm doing all right with this. 41, 42 this year, and I saw myself in the mirror today, and I thought, looking old, it's all downhill from here. I had a period of 3 years of looking okay, and it's all gone downhill. That's it, game over. I saw myself in the mirror today, and old man. Shane looks good for 51. It's all airbrushing. It's all computers. Shane, 51, who's been on EastEnders for more than a decade, said, both Jessie and I are thrilled to be given this amazing opportunity. Neither of them are what you would call, good actors. Are they really? I can't think of anybody in EastEnders who can act. There are some good actors in Coronation Street. Steve McDonald. Dev. Not Dev. Not Dev. Dev is like weird, isn't he? Dev does this weird... I mean, I don't even want to use the word acting in the same day as I'm talking about Dev, because Dev does this... it's a long time since I've seen Coronation Street, but it's just this strange, stilted, over-the-top, spouting nonsense. Anyway, no one in EastEnders can act. There are some quite good actors in Coronation Street. To have a whole drama. No, that's Australian. To have a whole drama. No, that's South African. Cockney. All right, I'm from London, innit? To have a whole drama. That's Australian again. How has that worked? Marky Mark, do me a Cockney voice just to give me something to go on.
Apples and pears.
Apples and pears. To have a whole... Thank you, Mark. Thanks, Governor. To have a whole drama focused around Cat and Alfie is a huge honour for us both, and we just can't wait to start filming. Jessie, 43! She's not looking good for her age. Added, I've always loved working on EastEnders, so when I heard of this new drama to take Cat and Alfie outside of Wolf, I couldn't believe our luck. To be exploring the next chapter for Cat, as well as working alongside my best mate Shane, is a dream come true. 6-hour-long episodes. Oh, for goodness sakes. Oh, jeez. Is this what we've got to look forward to? Really? Is that it? Susan has emailed him.
03453 009956. I'll keep giving out the phone number, but I suspect you're all off, I don't know, in church. You'll all be in church having a right old pray-up, won't you? Never mind rubbish like EastEnders. Bring back Crossroads with Benny and Miss Diane. Brilliant. Susan, are you having a laugh? I know it's local and indeed vocal, but flipping it, Crossroads was rubbish. Didn't they bring... I know they're showing it on some kind of digital channel. Didn't they... They did bring Crossroads back a while ago, didn't they? And it sucked. Apparently it was awful. It was awful when it was on. 03453 009956 is the telephone number. Now, if you've got kids, stick some chocolate in their ears now. Because this story is disgusting. Oy, oy, oy. I don't even know if I can read this, but I'm gonna tread carefully around it. Wurzel bonker is dead. Oh, dearie me. A loner was found dead after bonking a Wurzel Gummidge-style scarecrow to which he'd strapped on a 6-inch sex toy. Worried neighbours... Oh, God, oh, this is horrific. Should have read the story before I read it out on the radio. Worried neighbours called in the council after complaining of a smell from the home of 58-year-old Jose Alberto. Officers found what appeared to be two decaying corpses, but closer inspection revealed one was a farm mannequin, complete with makeup and a wig. Oh, oh God! Officials say sex-starved Jose died in the throes of passion with the homemade bird scarer. This is a game I like to play every now and then. Phrases that you only hear in newspapers or in the media. Throes of passion, homemade bird scarer, and sex-starved. Oh, I tell you what, I am so sex-starved. I'm really sex-starved. I'm famished for sex. Can we throw some passion? Prosecutor said, I initially thought that there were two bodies. Then I realised one was a scarecrow wearing lipstick and a long-haired wig. It was lying next to the deceased and had a 6-inch penis attached to it. Now, I mean, flipping heck.
beep, 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 beep. Who?
Of course, some people, what I don't get, okay, about, Easter is how come it's fluid? It's fluid, isn't it? Christmas, December the 25th. It's Christmas, December the 25th. That's when we pretend that Jesus was born. He wasn't born on December the 25th. It just kind of ties in nicely with other things, what we had going on. But it's a specific date, December the 25th. Easter could be in different months. It can be in March or it could be in April. Of course, in 1983, it was in May. So how can it be... Manny, how can Easter be fluid?
No idea.
Well,
How are you doing anyway, sir?
do you know what, Manny?
Yeah.
I'm all right. It's been a rotten week, but it's all... can I tell you what's cheered me up?
What's that?
The Moseley Folk Festival. Sounds a bit rubbish. Sounds a bit rubbish, doesn't it? Sounds like the kind of thing. Sounds like the kind of thing I wouldn't want to go to.
Anyway.
So, hang on, we're having a conversation.
Yeah. It was boring yesterday afternoon without you.
But Manny, well, I'm literally in the middle of a conversation with you, and you're. I had a great time yesterday.
Yes, I did. But the afternoon was boring.
It sounds like you had a great time yesterday, Manny. You hung over again?
Not too much.
No, you sound absolutely awful.
No, I don't. How are you anyway?
No, you do. Trust me. For a living, I listen to I listen to callers, and you sound awful.
And I want to ask you a question.
Go on then, Manny. Away you go, mate.
That was a programme.
More on the Moseley Folk Festival in a bit, because, boy, oh boy, it sounds like the kind of thing I wouldn't be interested in, and then I saw who was headlining it. Ay. Yes, Manny?
There was a programme about 6, 7 years ago.
Yes, Manny.
I don't know if it was on Channel 4.
It was on the telly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was this bloke, right? He was in America.
OK, that's narrowing it down a lot.
And he was hunting down.
Yeah.
Remember Larry Eggman? JR.
Yes.
Was that you?
Oh, flip it. That's Justin Lee Collins you're thinking of, you plum. And you had your eyes then, didn't you?
Yeah.
You could see it then.
I know.
Do you think I'm Justin Lee Collins?
I got my kids to look you up on the internet.
Justin Lee Collins?
Who?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry. Who? Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep,
Hey, your cup's full.
Listen to this.
It's 10:32 a.m.
Oh, an arrogant watch. I hate those arrogant...
That's me talking clock from the Blind Association.
Well, if I were you, I'd send it back and say, I don't want such an arrogant clock, please. I want one that's a bit more timid. Manny, thank you for calling. So, the Moseley Folk Festival. Oh, it sounds like the kind of thing I wouldn't be interested in. Folk? Actually, I quite like folk, but still. And then I saw who was headlining. Not Friday, where it's spiritualised. It was spiritualised are good. Not Saturday, when it's Idlewild. I haven't got a clue what they are. Sunday, headlining the Moseley Folk Festival, is the flipping Monkeys. It's the Monkeys. I say the Monkeys. One of them's dead. We're down to 3. One of them's not doing it. We're down to 2. The Tookies. It's the Monkeys. I bought a ticket. And then my boss here said, what did you buy a ticket for? We're the BBC. We're corrupt. We can get anything we want for free by sending in the muscle. So it works at the BBC. I could have asked someone to send in the muscle to the Moseley Folk Festival head office, demanding tickets for me, and I would have got it. We're the BBC. It's what we do. So, Sunday, the 6th of September, I'm going to be having a bit of this. Yeah, folk.
Local rock group down the street is trying hard to learn their song. They serenade the weekend squire who just came out to mow his lawn. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Charcoal burning everywhere. Rows of houses that are all the same, and no one seems to care. So Mrs. Gray, she's proud today because the roses are in bloom. Mr. Green, he's so serene, he's got a TV in every room. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Here in Status Symbol Land. Mothers complain about how hard life is, and the kids just don't understand. A creature of comfort goes, they only know my soul, gotta make it hard for me to see. My thoughts all seem to stray to places far away. I need a change of scenery. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Charcoal burning everywhere. Another Pleasant Valley Sunday. Here in Status Symbol Another Pleasant Valley Sunday.
Morning, Sue.
Hello,
Morning, Sue.
I do.
Pardon?
I says, how do you do?
I do okay, Sue. How do you do?
I do fine, thank you.
Okie dokie, yes. What have you got for us, Sue?
My pencil case?
Oh, yes. Well, this is Molly surprised all of us by announcing that not only did she have a pencil case, but she had things in it. Have you got one, and what's in it?
A shiwi.
Oh, now just bear in mind, we've had someone complain because I said the P word for a men's private parts.
Right.
Someone phoned up the BBC to complain that I'd said the P word for men's private parts. Can you believe that? The actual medical term. So
No,
let's.
because it is the proper name for
It's
it.
the proper name. Someone phoned up
Yeah.
and complained. So
Yeah.
let's tread carefully around your shiwi.
Right.
For those who don't know, what happened?
Well, it's a device
Yes.
that ladies can use
Oh, yeah.
so that when they're out somewhere and there's no conveniences,
Yes.
they can actually wee standing up.
Isn't that marvellous? Isn't science absolutely marvellous? Well done, doctors and scientists and boffins around the world. And you've got that in a pencil case.
Yes, with some tissues, a couple of plastic bags, and gel for my hands.
I wonder where that gel was going to go. Why have you got it in a pencil case?
It's just convenient to put it in the saddlebags of the bike.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah.
But how often do you use this thing then?
I've only used it twice, once at home and once out.
Okay, I have to ask the question. Is it weird going standing up for a lady?
It is.
Yeah.
It is really strange.
Yeah.
But I used it the first time. You know when ladies have to give samples?
Yes, I do. And
it's a lot easier for men
Yeah.
than for ladies.
Yeah, I suppose
'Cause
so.
you can see what you're doing. We can't.
We being the operative word, can aim our gun, so to speak.
That's it.
Yes.
So I used it for that at first,
Yeah.
to practice, and it is really strange.
Yeah.
Really strange, but you have to persevere. I bought my two daughters one each.
Oh, well, you really are a great mum, huh? You.
I think the one might use it, but the other one won't.
What did they say when you gave them a shiwi?
Well, the one thought it was quite funny, and she says, "Oh, that might come in handy at some time." Because when she was a lot younger, you know, when they go to gigs and stuff.
Yes.
And you forget to use the toilet before you leave, and then you go outside with all your mates. Well, she was one of these bush users.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
So I thought that might be better for her. But the other one doesn't go down that road at all.
No, good.
No.
Oh, dear me.
But with me, it's handy because I've been caught a couple of times out riding with my partner on our motorbike.
Out doing what, sorry?
Out riding on our motorbike.
Riding with your partner on your motorbikes, yes. Okay,
and you do twist things.
No, you do. Yes.
And it's a lot easier, and it's a lot less. You don't flash so much when you do this. You see.
Yes.
It's very embarrassing for a lady, but it's better. This is.
Well, Sue, you've really given us an insight into your urinary habits, and I hope that word isn't offensive to anybody. Morning, Jeff. Oh. Hello, Jeffrey. Turn your radio off, Jeff. Oh, blimey. We'll wait. He'll catch up in a second. He's obviously listening online or something. There's a delay. Jeff!
Yeah, how are you, Ian?
Switch your radio off, you plum.
Oh, I've got my telly on. Hang on, I'm going to turn the telly off.
Turn your telly off, you plum.
Yeah.
Are you listening to us on the telly?
No, I've just come out of the kitchen because my radio's on in the kitchen.
What's on the telly?
I don't know. My wife's watching that.
Well, hang on a minute. Why isn't she listening to this? This is good.
Well, hang on a bit. She's running in the kitchen now to listen to the radio.
Well, she's not your wife. She needs to make her mind up.
I'll tell you what. She's in one room, in the next.
Yeah.
And then she's vacuuming around my feet while I'm trying to watch someone on the telly or listen to the radio. It's a terrible life I got.
Oh, yeah. How many tellies you got in your house, Jeff?
Only one.
Yeah, we've only got one. There was a big thing to have TVs in all the rooms. I remember in the 70s and the 80s, we thought we were dead posh because Mum bought a small black and white television to have in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, I don't understand people having in the bedrooms either.
No, and she would watch House Party in the kitchen while she was cooking lunch. And we had TV. I had a TV in the bedroom for ages and ages and ages. And then me and my soon-to-be wife, as she was then, we both went, should we try something? Should we get rid of the TV and see what happens? And, we still didn't talk to each other, but we did watch rubbish television programmes in bed.
Well, you see, that's why I got me right, because I do all the cooking and everything in the kitchen, and got me fridge with my lagers in. So I stay in the kitchen most of the time, so I have the radio on, stay away from the telly. Then my wife watches all these soaps, EastEnders, it's boring. And,
I hardly watch any television at all. You all right? Cough it up, it might be a gold watch. I hardly watch any television. I tell you what I watched this week. One of the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life. Right, and it was on. It was on. You know, you get these Netflix and these Amazon Primes, these services where you pay a bit of money and they've got films. They've got 3 good films, and then the rest are rubbish. And you kind of lower your standards as to what you perceive as a good film.
Yeah.
I watched Tron Legacy, the sequel to Tron. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh man, it's brilliant. This young lad gets sucked into a computer and he has to go and play computer games, and then there's a robot Jeff Bridges. It was brilliant.
Oh, no.
Yes.
I'd rather watch paint dry, son.
You are having a laugh, Jeff.
No, I like my wheeler dealers and things.
No. What would you call in for, Jeffrey?
Yeah, the thing about a scarecrow, I mean, when I was younger, I've woke up with loads of scarecrows. I mean, it's no big deal, really, is it?
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. We got there in the end. And boy, oh boy, was it worth it. 03453 00 9956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. He mentions watching paint dry. Of course, bank holiday weekends were the weekends traditionally for doing do-it-yourself. I don't know anybody that can... My sister's just messaged me saying, I've just painted. Does that count as DIY? Well, yeah, kind of. I don't know how to do anything, right? And my dad was brilliant at DIY. Brilliant. He could do it. He made a patio he did a patio by himself. And I'm sure he put in what we used to call the French doors. I'm sure, patio doors. He put them in himself. I'm sure of it. And I can't even put a shelf up. I haven't got a clue how to do any of these things. I'm just reading Twitter. You're very naughty, you lot. Millions of bungling Brits will hurt themselves doing household jobs over the Easter bank holiday, the biggest DIY weekend of the year. Well, is anybody actually going... If there is anybody now listening to this nonsense and tackling DIY, then could you let me know? Because I just don't... I don't get why... Surely you can pay people to come and do it now. Now, people complaining about the Polish people, they're brilliant because it means that you can get stuff done for next to nothing. Can't you? 03453 00 9956 is the telephone number. Nearly 7 in 10 people have been injured while attempting the tasks, a survey reveals. OK. 2 in 5 have hurt their backs and 1 in 5 has cut themselves. 03453 00 9956 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Is there anybody out there, really, that's going to be doing DIY today?
When you were young and your heart was an open book, you used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. What does it matter to you when you got a job to do? You got to do it well. You got to give the other fella You used to say, live and let live. You know you did, you know you did, you know you did. But if this ever-changing world in which we live in makes you give in and cry, say live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die. Live and let die.
That note was longer than I was expecting it to be. I thought I could manage to the end. Turns out I could not manage to the end. 03453 00 9956 is the telephone number if you want to call. Terry, I see you knocking, but you can't come in.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel news. Here's Phil Ray.
Bit further on the M6, worth letting you know about an accident on the northbound side coming from junction 3 at Coventry over towards the M6 toll junction 3A. There's a lane closed off there because of this accident and traffic is now very heavy. Otherwise, we look okay into and out of Birmingham. Also, traffic in Wolverhampton city centre. I've just had a look at the speed sensors and it's moving okay. But if you do spot a problem, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 0330 123 3550.
Saturdays with Iain Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Honestly, I just think I shall never go camping again And I shall never do DIY. It took me a year once to decorate the spare room in a flat I lived in. I was drinking quite a lot at the time, I'll be honest. That was slowing things down, man. But I've worked so that I never have to go camping again. I can always at least afford a B&B, ideally a hotel. Ooh. Or do any DIY again. I'm never going to do DIY ever again, Terry.
No, don't involve yourself.
My wife constantly trying to put up shelves and things and then getting stroppy when I don't help her. I am never going to do it.
Well, you know, you're probably financially well off enough to pay somebody else.
Terry, I'm a very, very rich man. I can't go into specifics, but boy, oh boy, I had to get rid of a load of fivers yesterday because they were wrinkled.
Oh, well, you could have posted me a few.
No, I can't do that. I don't like to use second-hand money.
Oh, honestly.
Yeah, that's the way it goes.
I suppose you light a cigar with one as well.
Yes, I do. I roll cigars out of £20 notes and I light them with 50s. What you got for us, Terry, formerly from Perry Bar?
Well, have you seen Lucy?
What?
Lucy, it's a recent film.
No, I've not seen the film Lucy. I've seen Tron Legacy.
Well, I did see Tron, but didn't like it. But you might like Lucy. It's quite.
Tell me about Lucy, Terry.
Well, it's a bit slow to start, but basically it's about the Japanese or Chinese are smuggling a new drug that enables you to use at least 100% of your brain.
Hang on a minute, isn't that? That's a different film, isn't it?
No, it's Lucy.
Isn't it the film with Is it got Bradley Cooper in it?
No, that was. Oh no, I'm thinking of something. No, I downloaded and watched it yesterday. It's by Luc Besson. I think it was last year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
It's got Morgan Freeman's in it.
I like Morgan Freeman's in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite good. It's a bit slow to start, but some of the effects are absolutely amazing.
Hey, can I tell you something very weird, Terry, about doing this job, okay?
Yeah.
We're in a goldfish bowl here, right? Other stations I've worked at, you're very private, you're very contained, you're in a box, no one can see you. Here at BBC WM 95.6, they want to show people what their licence fee is paying for. And so you can come along to the mailbox. Anyone come along to the mailbox, and there are windows and things, and people can look in, and you can be watched whilst you're doing your show. And I look over my shoulder, and I see people waving at me.
Yeah, I've been to the shop in the mailbox.
It's weird, isn't it? That's weird, isn't it?
It's a huge window.
That's weird, isn't it?
Because it's a studio that...
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's weird, isn't
used
it?
to use that one.
That's weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Well,
that is weird, isn't it?
Invasion of privacy.
It's weird, isn't it?
Would it put you off?
It's weird, isn't it?
Well, I suppose so.
Thank
yeah,
you. There we go.
It's la voyeur, isn't it?
It's what?
A bit of voyeurism.
A little bit of voyeurism. You voyeurs.
Well, you said you were feeling sexy, so let's get... Don't get kinky, though.
No, don't, Terry, don't. I've already been told off for saying a medical term for a men's the winkle, so...
oh, that's rubbish, that is, you know, with the medical term.
The medical term.
The guy's an idiot.
Well, let's not... Well, let's... You know, he's not here to defend himself, so let's not say that. But 03453 009956.
I know you want to leave me, but I refuse to let you go. If I have to beg, plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't too proud to beg, and you know it. Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't too proud to plead, baby. Please don't leave me, girl.
BBC WM. Stay there till 11 o'clock, Watco, and I'll leave the back door open. Turns out the plum waving at me. I know him. Isn't that weird? I've been avoiding him for the last 18 months, and then he turns up and... Iain, is it the real Monkeys playing at Moseley Folk? Yes, it is. Because when I saw that someone sent me a copy of the poster, I thought, oh, yeah, right one. Yeah, right. OK, good joke, guys. And then I investigated. It's really them. Iain, we all know you love Ranjit. You're not supposed to say his name on the radio, are you? Ranjit. Now you can see his picture on the WM Facebook page. Just think, you can print it off and hang it above your bed. I saw the picture. Now, when Ranjit... Blimey, my ears are gone. Calls in, I always thought he was an old man. He sounds like an old man. He's not. He's just got an old man's voice. Oh, he's like about, I don't know, 35 or something. And he's got the... I always thought Ranjit was fat, I'm right on that count, and was about 72. He's about 35. That was weird. Iain, any chance of playing a Jake Shimmer Buckaroo song? No. No. Trish says, Iain, no wonder, I think you mean wonder, no one is phoning in. You are talking through your backside. If you haven't got anything worth listening to, I should suggest you get off the air. That's from Trish. Thing is, I'm contractually obliged to be here till midday. Oh, blimey, look at this. It's Ranjit.
Yeah, you're right.
What you got for us, Ranj?
Oh, I've just been listening to you, and I was wondering how long it was going to take before you mentioned me.
You have got the voice of a 76-year-old man.
I've got a body of a 76-year-old man.
Yeah, in a box under the stairs. But I mean, how old are you, Ranj?
I'm going to be 50 in October.
What?
Yes.
Maybe I was looking at the wrong person then on the Facebook page.
You probably are. You know that picture.
You're a short white guy with ginger hair, yeah?
That's me.
I was looking at the right one then.
Yeah, you got the right one. Short white man with the ginger hair.
That'll be the fella.
That's the one with the six pack. Yeah.
There's a big thing about six packs this week because of Poldark, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's banging on about six packs. The thing is with a six pack, okay? Yeah, sure, it's nice to have one, but once you've got one, you have got to work at that every single day of your life, because if you take a day off, that bad boy turns into flab.
Well, I was thinking, I can't drink a six pack normally.
Hey,
I can only manage about 5.
Hey, Ranjit, Ranjit.
Anyway, you know that selfie that I took? That was the first selfie I've ever done in my life.
Yeah.
And I had to ask the producer how to send it on my phone. I didn't know how to do it.
Wow, that's really exciting, Ranjit. Thanks for telling us that.
No, listen, don't cut me off.
That's a
when
great
you're doing
story,
the show without your regulars.
Sorry?
When you're doing the show without the regulars.
We'll do it next Friday.
You know you're going to struggle, boy.
What do you mean? I've had no phone calls today, and I think I've done a pretty good show.
Nah, you've been going round in circles.
What do you mean going round in circles?
Listen, you've been going round in circles. You know when you're going you're pausing.
It's dramatic. It's dramatic effects, Ranj.
Listen, you're struggling then.
I'm not.
I want to say hello to Millie if she's
listening. For crying out loud! This is not like a senior. It's not the Derby and Joan, Ranjit. It's not a senior citizens club.
I'm only a couple of years older than you.
No, mate. No, you're 8 years older than me.
That's only a few.
Well, it's not a couple. No, you're 9 years older than me. It's virtually a decade.
Well, I'm very young in the mind.
But you're flipping it.
Yes. So anyway, what are you going to talk about? Why don't you talk about controversial things?
What controversial things do you want me to talk about?
I don't know. You could talk about the 7 Muppets that were on the television the other day.
Well, that was like 2 days ago, and it was a boring programme.
I agree with you. Actually.
Thank you.
I agree. It was boring.
It was anyway.
Don't you think that Nigel Farage looks like a puppet?
They all look like Ranjit.
He looks like Bart Simpson.
No, Ranjit. Ranjit. There's an email that's been sent to all BBC staff about what they can and can't say about the election. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I haven't actually read that email.
That's good.
Yeah. So no. So what that means is I don't even really want to talk about it, just in case I cry. Yes, Nigel Farage looks like a puppet, but I think you'll find they all look like puppets.
But he looks like Bart Simpson.
And they all look like Bart Simpson.
He reminds me of Bart Simpson.
There was actually saying that there is in one of the papers.
Yeah.
There is a list of what. Where was it? Of what they all look like.
Yeah.
And I can't find it. And it's boring. Anyway, Raj, great call, mate. Great call.
No one's put you on the ropes for a couple of weeks, have they?
Well, then no one ever puts me on the ropes, you plum.
It's always not KO, mate. It's always
Go on
KO.
then, Ranjit. Say something that puts me on the ropes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Crossroads is on Big Centre TV, says Tom in Castle Vale. Oh, now, apparently, last week, of course, we had to put the clocks back. Well, I missed this. Someone phoned up Sunday breakfast, I'm guessing, and complained about me doing a public service, and said because they'd misheard me or something, and so I guess they must have put the clocks forward. I don't know what they did, but they missed a lift to work. And they called me a, quote, bloody idiot, unquote. How rude. Just because you don't know how to work your clock, don't have a go at me, baby. You don't know how to work your clock. Don't have a go at me. Here it is. Chris says, Ian, are you going to apologise to the bloke who put the clocks back last week instead of forward? There again, he probably ain't listening after calling you an idiot. Listen, guys, I just come in here and I try and do the best I can, all right? And if it's not up to your standards, well, then what do you expect me to do? For crying out loud. 03453 009956. So let's have a little recap, shall we? For those few of you who are listening this morning. DIY. Well, I just can't understand. Is anyone actually doing DIY this weekend? What's the most ambitious thing you've ever tried? Molly Green's got a pencil case. It's not a euphemism. It's a literal pencil case. I've seen it. Have you got one? What do you keep in it? It's for girls, really, isn't it? Pencil cases, primarily. That's kind of what they're for. What else did we have? Oh, and any other bits and pieces you feel like calling in. It's one of those... Bank holiday shows are always weird. There's always kind of like an odd vibe going on, man. So if you want to take part in it, 03453 009956, or you can text 81333. Start your text WM. It is BBC WM 95.6.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
It's 11 o'clock. Let's get the news. Here's Alice Rosenthal.
Good morning. West Midlands Police are continuing to question 6 people arrested in Dover on suspicion of Syria-related terrorism offences. The 5 men and 1 woman, who are all in their 20s, were detained yesterday morning. They're being held in the West Midlands. 4 of the men are from Birmingham. Officers say they're not a family group and the arrests are part of an ongoing investigation. Searches are taking place at addresses in Small Heath, Acox Green, Lascelles and Alum Rock. The National Union of Teachers is pressing for an end to fining parents who take their children on holiday during term time. It says a future government should consider penalising travel firms that raise prices during school holidays. The NUT's General Secretary, Christine Blower, says some parents feel they have little option but to take holidays in term time.
Just to be clear, we're not in the National Union of Teachers saying kids should truant or should be taken out of the school at the drop of a hat, but we are saying there are some circumstances where parents have no choice but to take their kids away if they want to have a holiday at all in term time.
The other big teaching union, the NASUWT, is claiming an increasing use of unqualified teachers is jeopardising the progress of pupils. In a survey, more than half its members said they'd worked alongside unqualified staff. The Conservatives have announced plans to create a new regulator to ensure under-18s can't access hardcore pornography online. The new regulator would have the power to decide what content should be filtered and to force internet service providers to block specific websites. Meanwhile, Labour's outlining proposals to encourage banks to fund 125,000 new homes for first-time buyers in England. The party suggests the scheme would be paid for through the first-time buyer ISAs, under which the government tops up money people save towards a deposit. Concerns are growing for an elderly dementia sufferer who's gone missing from her Handsworth care home. 80-year-old Eliza Simpson needs 24-hour support but has been missing for nearly 2 days. And 50 years after International Rescue first appeared on our TV screens, Thunderbirds are once again go. The puppets for the new TV show this evening, though, have been replaced with a blend of computer-generated characters, models and miniature sets.
Your sport in the West Midlands
On BBC WM 95.6.
The West Bromwich Albion head coach Tony Pulis isn't being lulled into believing the club are safe in the Premier League. The Baggies go into this afternoon's game with QPR at the Hawthorns with an 8-point cushion over the relegation places, but Pulis isn't about to take anything for granted.
We still need a couple of wins and most probably another point. If we can get to 40 points, then we'll be fine. But to say that we're safe is, that's no way in a million years. 33 points, I think, that we said.
And there'll be commentary from the Hawthorns on BBC WM's DAB frequencies from 3 o'clock. Meanwhile, Aston Villa travel to Manchester United. That's live on BBC WM 95.6. A look at the weather. Dry and cloudy today. A couple of bright spells. Highs of 11 Celsius, 52 Fahrenheit. Dry overnight and clear, so it could be quite chilly. A chance of frost and fog as well. Lows of 4 Celsius, 39 degrees Fahrenheit. Tomorrow is looking dry with some sun as well. That's your news and sport for the West Midlands. It's 3 minutes past 11.
Saturdays with Iain Lee.
On BBC WM 95.6.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
Morning, guys. Iain Lee, BBC WM 95.6. That's right, I called you guys. I called them guys. Typical kind of bank holiday show in that I don't know if there's even anybody listening. DIY, pencil cases, a man having sex with a scarecrow. We've covered it all this morning. We've covered it all. It's a kind of relaxed vibe. Oh, I know that. I was going to talk about the people carrying crosses. I'll do that in a second. Because it's what Jesus would have wanted. As a tribute to Jesus, people walk along carrying crosses. 03453 009956 is the... You can call about anything if you want. Mo's in Tamworth. Good morning, Mo.
Hello, Iain.
How are you, Mo?
All the better for speaking to you, I think.
You think? Well, hang on a second, Mo, because the conversation hasn't concluded. You could end with a poke in the eye with a sharp stick, or a slap in the belly with a wet fish.
Okay.
It could happen.
It could happen.
It could happen, Mo. Sometimes it gets a bit tense between you and I. Don't you think? Are you crying? Are those tears already? Yes.
No, please let me speak.
Sure, she's crying. Either that or she's being tickled by a lover.
No, I wish it wasn't true, Iain.
Is a lover tickling
I
you?
do find you funny.
Hey, you know that some people, right? And let's just tread carefully.
Okay.
You know that some people pay other people to do bad things to them.
I'm not familiar with those kind of people,
No.
but I've read about them.
And I'm going to tread carefully because we've got prudes listening today. But you know that
Yep.
some people pay other people to tie them up and do naughty things to them, right? Well, I was reading in the week, some people pay other people money to tie them up, and instead of hitting them or anything like, tickling them. They pay. Being tickled is a fetish. I couldn't think of anything worse, Mo.
No,
I could think of one thing worse,
think I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
Iain.
Well, I'm glad we've sorted that one out, Mo. What you got for us? What's your
Okay.
beef?
Iain, listen.
Yes, Mo.
Now, it's about Ranjit,
Hey.
right?
Yes.
It's about Ranjit.
Boring, isn't he?
No,
Oh?
that's the very thing he isn't.
Oh.
No, he's
Oh.
not boring.
No.
In fact, I like to... Whenever I hear you're going to speak to Ranjit, which is very far and few between these days. In
it's
fact, you
all
unplugged him a few weeks ago.
It's all the time he comes on, and it just makes me want to lose the will
to live.
But listen.
Yes.
Out of a lot of your people that phone in, your listeners,
Yes.
he's often interesting, you know. He's often got interesting things to say and interesting opinions.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Ranjit.
Right, Ranjit.
Yeah, and also, Iain, you say
Yeah.
that his voice sounds in his 70s.
Yes.
Now, when I've listened to Ranjit, I've always thought he always sounded about 45.
Who?
Ranjit.
Who?
You know who. Now I've said that. How about Poldark?
You're nuts! I thought you were going to say pole dance. Imagine pole dancing in the dark. whilst listening to Bruce Springsteen singing the song about dancing in the dark. It doesn't get any more perfect than that, does it?
I agree with that.
Thank you. Thanks for calling, Mo. Let's go to John. Good morning, John.
Morning, Ian.
So, you've got pole dark. He's pole dancing in the dark while listening to the Springsteen song, Dancing in the Dark. Can you think of anything more perfect than that?
Well, no, I haven't actually run.
I do apologise, John. It's just a conversation.
About Paul Dark, I phoned in about that guy who...
Being played by a Polish man, yes.
Putting the clocks back.
Yes.
Instead of forward. It was pretty clear it was a wind-up for you, because you're a wind-up merchant, and, that's the reputation that you've got. And I'm amazed if the guy actually did do this. I'm amazed his utter stupidity in believing the clocks actually went back. He took it off. He blamed the local radio presenter for being 2 hours
Did
late.
Did you hear him phone up? Did you hear him phone up on Sunday complaining?
I listened to you most times at your answer. I could have missed that spot, but I think I did.
Okay.
I think I did. I just thought, I can't believe he was so stupid and so thick that he put the clocks back.
Well, he's
only him to blame for that.
Yes. Well, John, thank you very much. I told everyone last week to put the clocks back. We asked what were you going to do with the extra hour, and one listener got it confused. I guess he must have put the clocks forward or something, Marky Mark. I don't know what happened. And as a direct result, he was late for work and lost a whole day's work as a result of me. Gosh. 03453 009956.
Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make a sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade or your halo. You see your halo. Your halo. You see your halo. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through my darkest night. You're the only one that I want, think I'm addicted to your light. I swore I'd never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't begin to pull me back to the ground again. It was like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. The risk that I'm taking, I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade or your everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see.
Now, I have been to see Beyonce in concert many, many times. There we go. Many, many times. You ever seen Beyonce in concert, Tom?
No, I haven't, no.
No, it's very in the 70s it would be described as a very blue act.
Ooh,
it's very adult themed.
Right.
Raunchy. It's for the dads, and yet there are loads of 12-year-old girls dancing along to what is effectively, it's pole dancing. We're back to pole dancing in the dark again, but with Beyonce.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it's very, very raunchy, and I do like I like Beyonce a lot. I think she's one of the better pop stars, but it's very blue, very blue. She's like Roy Chubby Brown of dance music.
Can I just say something, Ian?
Hang on, Tom. Let me think. Yeah, you can. Go on.
I sent you a text message earlier. Because I was on the way back from Castlevale to Moseley.
Oh yeah.
And I sent you a message about Crossroads, and you were saying, it was absolutely rubbish.
Yes,
well,
it was.
If it was absolutely rubbish, they're actually playing the old versions of Crossroads on the new channel of the Big Centre TV.
Yeah. So how does that prove it's not rubbish?
Because if it was rubbish, they wouldn't put it on there.
No. I can tell you why. I can tell you exactly why they're shutting. Big Centre TV. It's one of these local TV stations, isn't it? It's just opened up, and I'm interested in these local TV stations. I don't know if they'll work, but I wish them the very best of luck. I think it's a nice idea. I don't know if the world is right. It's the right place for them, but I can tell you exactly why they're showing it. Would you like to hear why?
Go on then.
It's local.
Yeah.
There is an almost limitless supply of episodes. It fills time, and I'm guessing they've got it, if not for free, then for very, very cheap.
Yeah, true.
So, it doesn't prove it's any good.
Can I just say something else as well?
Hang on a second, Tom, let me think.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on then,
yesterday, we were, obviously you were talking about other things.
I wasn't on yesterday, mate.
And not yesterday, today, I mean. I get the day right.
How could you confuse yesterday? How could you confuse yesterday? I've been on for 75 minutes. How could you mix up the last 75 minutes with what happened before asleep?
Right, okay. Well, yesterday, I
wasn't on yesterday.
I know you wasn't, but I want to tell you this little story.
Oh, flipping
I had an accident yesterday.
You wet the bed?
No, I was actually in the kitchen. I went to close the door, and as I closed the door, I closed my thumb actually in between the door.
Oh, yay, Tom, flipping heck, mate.
So as I closed the door, it crunched onto my finger.
Yes.
Obviously, blood went everywhere, and
blood went everywhere. Imagine the blood went everywhere.
Well, it was quite bad. I had to go to hospital, and I had to sort of because it was cut actually on the part of the nail part.
You went to hospital because you shut your thumb in a door, and people wonder why there's a problem with A&E.
Well, yeah, true.
You could have just run it under the cold tap and then wrapped a tea towel around it.
I could have done, yes, but you could have. I mean, the air would have turned blue because you could have easily heard my language when I shut the door.
Well, mind your language, Tom. Thank you for explaining just exactly why A&E is struggling so much. Thank you, Tom. Of course, it creates its own phone in. What have you shut in a door? 03453 009956.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel news. Here's Phil.
On the M6 northbound from Junction 3 over towards the M6 toll Junction 3A, we've got a lane closed off there. There's been an accident. Traffic does seem to be pretty heavy, and it's the same on the southbound side coming from Junction 10 at the Black Country over towards the M5 link. It just seems to be pretty heavy along that stretch now. And also the M6 north is struggling coming from Gailey all over towards Junction 12 because of the roadworks in the area. In Tyburn, it's very slow around the Bagot Arms roundabout on the Tyburn House Island. There's roadworks in place there causing delays. And on the trains, heading on London Midland services between Birmingham and Walsall and between Birmingham and Rugeley. Just be aware there's buses replacing the trains there, so it delays to be expected. And there's the match at the Hawthorns later on, the kick-offs at 3, so it's going to be very busy on the A41, the Birmingham Road, and nearby the M5 as well. Now, if you can update us, call BBC WM 95.6 Travel on 0330 123 3550.
Rover in Longbridge was an icon of West Midlands manufacturing.
The new Austin Metro. A British car to beat the world.
Until, on April the 8th, 2005, the track came to a grinding halt.
Earlier, production had been suspended at its Longbridge plant because suppliers owed money have withheld their components.
Life after Longbridge.
The closure of the Rover car factory cost 6,000 jobs and brought devastation to the families of workers who were made redundant.
My family are there, all my friends are there, and I'm gutted, absolutely gutted.
Rover, 10 years on.
This Wednesday, join the Breakfast Show live from Longbridge, followed by our special documentary, Wednesday night from 7.
On BBC WM 95.6.
There we go, you see. That means the travel's over. John's on the line. Good morning, John.
Hello, Ian. All right, are you?
You know what, John? It's been a tough old week.
Well, you know, these things happen.
Yeah, these things happen. Pull your socks up, onwards and upwards.
Yeah, I just thought I'd ring you up while you're on the Crossroads theme. With
Yes,
you people,
the Crossroads
about,
theme.
About a story that happened to me in real life.
Did you kill Benny with a spanner?
No, but you're right. It was about Benny.
Oh, yeah.
Who was a bit of a spanner.
Yes, clever. And a
we,
Benny.
we went on a lad's do up to Digbeth, and he used to have a bar called Benny's Bar. And at the time, I was going through this phase of dropping my trousers most times.
Your line just went for a second there, John. I'm sure I heard you say you were going through a phase of dropping your trousers, but that can't be right.
Yeah, well, it was a bit childish, but I did go through a phase from about the age of about 18 to 32.
That's not a phase, mate. That's a lifestyle.
Well,
a 20-year phase of dropping his trousers.
Well, I didn't do any harm, and I just sort of,
No,
you know...
no, there's nothing harm in being a
sort
pervert.
of- Anyhow, so I was in Benny's Bar.
Yes.
And as usual,
Was it actually
I
owned
thought-
by Benny, Paul Henry?
Pardon?
Was it actually owned by the Benny, Paul Henry?
Yeah, he went bankrupt in the end, but he did own it.
Well, if people like if word got round that Benny's Bar was the place to see bare men's bums, then yes, no wonder he went bankrupt.
Yeah, and I was in there, right? So we'd had a few, and there was about 30 of them. So I'll drop my trousers as I normally do.
Yeah, as you normally do. He just says it so matter-of-factly. John? Oh no, we lost John. Try and get John back, because let's get him get him to stand somewhere where we can hear him. I want to hear more about how he just casually dropped his trousers. There was about 30 of my mates there, so I just dropped my trousers. Just a phase I was going through.
I call you on the telephone now, boy, it's too rough for cigarettes. I sometimes feel I should just go
Oh, man alive. I love The Who. Now, before The Who, he said, peeking at his own ears. Before The Who, we were speaking to John, who went through a 20-year phase of just dropping his trousers. We've got you back on a better line. John, did you drop your pants as well?
Not very often. Normally it'd just be the trousers.
Oh, okay. So, all right. In that case, you're not as bad as I thought you were. We were talking about Crossroads. You were in Benny from Crossroads Bar.
Yeah, it was called Benny's Bar, I think.
That's clever, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
good what he's done there. And you're with 30 mates and you thought, you know what, I'm going to drop my trews.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what
by
happened?
the way, Ian, I just want to make it clear, I didn't drop them every night. It would be normally a Friday to a Sunday evening.
Okay, so it was a weekend kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the week, I didn't really come down.
No.
But then I was in Benny's Bar, so I thought, well, I'll drop my trousers. Next thing, turned around, at the tap on the shoulder. I couldn't believe it. Benny's standing there. I looked at I thought, I cannot believe it. And I used to impersonate him a lot at the time, and I couldn't believe it. And he went, pull them back on.
Aye.
And I went, oh yeah, all right. And I thought, I don't want to cause any problems.
No.
So I pulled them back up, and he says, if they come down again, you're out of here.
Flipping
that.
heck.
I went, all right. I says, you're not that moody on telly, are you? No wonder you got the sack. And we basically had to leave the pub after that. But I couldn't believe how miserable he was.
Well, he was going to go bankrupt at some point in his life.
Yeah, but all I've done is drop my trousers, and he's in a bad mood.
What do you mean? All I've done is drop me trousers and he's in a bad mood, and you can't understand why?
Well, no, not really. I've done it before.
When did you stop dropping your trousers?
He's about 32. I've just had my third child, my wife had.
Yes.
And I thought, you know what, it's time to pack that in now.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing it.
Good for John.
But
good
it wasn't straight out. It wasn't overnight. It took me a period of about 3 years to gradually get out of it.
John, thank you very much indeed. Wow. Wowzers. Well, the phone-in is... when have you dropped your trousers? 03453 009956. And have you ever been kicked out of Benny's Bar? I always felt sorry for Paul Henry, who played Benny. Play it, Macca. Play it. I always felt sorry for Benny. Because he was like the British Michael Nesmith because of the green hat. Sorry, what? Sorry, what did you say? Because he was never going to get another acting job after playing Benny, was he? He was so associated with that character. 03453 009956. Natalie says, Ian, I'm listening to you while chilling in bed. Ian, the person who invented Easter and Christmas ought to be nailed to a cross. Cost me a fortune. Ian, we are doing a Walking Dead mural. Don't you mean mural? On the wall of our tattoo studio. It looks great, says Tattoo Chris. Now there's a really weird... I am not a fan of tattoos. I've said this before. My half-brother, Dan, is a tattooist. He's got a tattoo studio in Scotland. And I'm not a fan of tattoos. I've never got tattoos. I don't understand them. I think they look horrible. I think they are cheap and they are nasty. And oh gosh, why would you do that to your body? The tramp stamp. The tramp stamp just above the bottom. Why would you do that? Anyway. Teens' death threats over Hindley tattoo. Aye. Charlotte, 18, defends face of evil on leg. Now, had this been 3 days earlier, I would have thought this were? Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Had this been 3 days earlier, I would have thought this were an April Fool. I can't come to you, Marky Mark, because I can't work out how to change guest one to you. So if you could work that out, we could, and then you can interact. A teenager has defended her tattoo of serial killer Myra Hindley after being bombarded with threats. It's on her leg. Right, she's 18 years old, this girl. Who... There's just so many questions. A, it is a rubbish tattoo. I mean, it kind of... You sort of have... If you squint, it looks like a cross between... Who's that woman? The singer?
Dusty Springfield.
Thank you. It looks like a cross between Dusty Springfield and Freddie Mercury from The Queen. But it is... You put it next to a picture of Myra Hindley. It's obviously Myra Hindley. She's 18. This poor girl. What is going on in her world that she thinks that is acceptable, right? She says her inking of the Moors murderer on her leg reflects her interest in criminology. Yeah, because that's going to get you a job as a criminologist, having Myra Hindley tattooed on your leg. She feels... Have you got any tattoos, Marky Mark?
None.
No.
Have you?
No,
I assume not.
No.
Has anybody ever had a tattoo of you put on them, do you know?
So a woman was going to... this is absolutely true.
Doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me.
A woman, when I worked at another radio station, was going to have a tattoo of my name on her bum.
Right.
Am I allowed to say that? And she sent me a picture. She already had a name of another presenter from this station on her bum. And she was going to do it. And I felt terrible. I was going, no, you mustn't do this.
Was this the station you got axed from?
That doesn't narrow it down very much.
One of the stations you got axed
Yes.
from? So what would happen if you get axed, and then does she have to have it crossed out?
Well,
or?
she was... I mean, she had plenty big bum, you know. She could have fitted a lot of names on there. And I was desperately... she didn't in the end, I don't think. I was desperately talking her out of it. I was going, you can't... I do not give you permission to use my name. You cannot... Because I thought, what a sad thing to do. What a sad thing to do.
Then, of course, they'd spell Ian wrong.
Yeah, they would. Then they'd be in trouble. Gordon, can you imagine that?
What's that, Ian?
Having my name tattooed on your bum.
Oh, you got to be joking, mate.
Not even for charity?
Not even for charity.
You tightwad. This girl, she's 18, right? You've got to feel sorry. There's got to be other issues in her life. She's had Myra Hindley tattooed on her leg.
Yeah. So, what's wrong with that? Is she some kind of an idiot? Or is she a psychopath?
Well, hang on a minute. You've just contradicted yourself there. Do you think it's okay or not okay for this 18-year-old girl to have Myra Hindley tattooed on her leg?
Yeah, go on. I just give you the answer, so I cannot contradict myself.
Well, because you said... First of all, you said, yeah, so what's the problem? Then you said, is she an idiot? It's slightly contradictory.
Okay, yeah, agreed. I'll agree with you, Ian.
With what?
What you just said, I contradicted myself.
OK, so what do you think? Do you think, Gordon, it's OK for her to have Myra Hindley tattooed on her leg, or do you think she's an idiot?
She's an idiot.
Thanks very much. What have you called in for, Gord?
What I called in for was selecting Paul Henry, who played Benny.
Yes. It's a Paul Henry special today, by the way, guys.
Yeah, right. Did you know he owned a pub in town?
Yeah, called Benny's.
No, it wasn't called Benny's.
Oh, what was it called?
The Actress and Bishop.
Oh, really? So he ran because he had another boozer.
He ran a boozer before he sold it.
Oh, blimey. And did you go in there and take your trousers off?
No, but I went in many times for the great dance and the great drink.
So did you get on with Benny?
Yeah, I got on great with him. I thought he was a wonderful guy to talk to.
Because our last caller, Gordon, I don't know if you heard, our last caller found Benny to be a little bit terse.
Come on, pal. That's all he's done in the acting. But when you meet the guy outside, he's a different guy altogether.
Well, this is the last caller said that, the last caller said that when he met Benny outside of the acting, he was miserable to him, just because this fella had dropped his trousers.
I ain't surprised. I think I've been miserable with somebody. I think I'd annoy somebody that,
Didn't get any of that.
To me.
Yeah, you'd be upset if someone dropped their trousers in front of you.
I would. I'd feel sick.
Okay. Well, Gordon, shall I pull my trousers up now?
You can do, because I don't feel sick at the moment. I'm just enjoying a nice cup of tea.
Thank you, Gordon. 03453 009956.
First, when there's nothing but a a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of stone. Where I hear the music, close my eyes, feel the rhythm, wrap around, take a hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all now, I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. Pictures come alive, you can dance right through your life. I hear the music, close my eyes, I am rhythm. In a flash, it takes hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all now, I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. Pictures come alive, now I'm dancing through my life. What a feeling. What a feeling. Music now feels believing. Pictures come alive, you can dance right through your life. What a feeling.
I feel sorry for this girl. She's got a tattoo of Myra Hindley on her leg. And, well, does this make it worse or better? It's not a very good tattoo. I mean, it's awful. She feels, this is Charlotte Allen, she feels it's no different to her other etching of a teapot. What? Which was 03453 009956, by the way, which was chosen because she loves a cuppa. And she argued. Oh, gosh. I mean, I don't want to judge her too harshly because there must be she's got a crescent moon on her face. I always think right, if you get a tattoo on your face, there's something mentally wrong with you. There's something wrong with you, isn't there? You're scarred in some way because you're punishing yourself by doing that. She argued that Brits with Union Jack flag tattoos don't get bullied for the destruction our country has caused throughout history. Get this, Andy. Have a listen to this, right? This is her justification. Charlotte of Manchester said, "I don't condone what she's done or what Ian Brady did. What they did is wrong and vile. But I didn't get the tattoo to make people think I was glorifying them. I do a lot of research into serial killers because I would love to be a criminologist." So what qualifications have you got for the job? Well, I've got this tattoo on the back of my leg of Myra Hindley. Can you believe it, Andy?
I think it's absolutely disgusting, Ian. I really do.
Tell me why.
Well, I love to hear you. I'm surprised, really. You know, I would have thought you would have, you would have really gone on about this. Is she married or what? Or is she living with her parents or what?
It doesn't really go into detail. She's 18, so I make up that she still lives with her parents.
Well, I went all through that in the 60s. You know, and they've still got this little lad missing over the moors, this little Keith Bennett.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's an absolute shameless thing what she's done, and she ought to be ashamed of herself. I think it's absolutely disgusting.
The thing is, I'm just trying to get into her head for a little bit, Andy, so bear with me. Right, these crimes happened, 50 years ago?
Right, yeah.
So it's a long time ago.
I remember it was yesterday.
At what point... Because we kind of celebrate that there is a macabre business industry around other murderers, around people like Jack the Ripper, springs to mind. At what point do we stop being so emotionally connected to a murder story and it becomes an historical event that we can look at in a colder fashion?
Well, I would have thought emotion doesn't even come into it, does it? Let's get it right here. And I mean,
But emotions come into it for you, hasn't it?
Well, that's right. Exactly. I mean, I lived through it. You know, what they done to them poor little girls. Even now, I can
Girls and
see
boys,
that
yeah.
where they was torturing.
Andy, listen, Andy,
this animal.
Andy. I'm just going to interrupt, just because I think we all know what they did. So I'm not going to describe what they did. I think we all know what they did. So let's take that point as read. I worry for this girl because there must be something they must have a screw slightly loose to think that this is all right.
Well, she's never right in this world, is she? And whoever done the tattoo on her leg, they ought to ban him. Whoever done that tattoo or whatever, they ought to jail him.
You got any tattoos yourself, Andy?
No, I haven't. I mean,
they're horrible, aren't
I'm
they?
against tattoos.
I am. Ban them.
Sorry?
I'm going to ban them. When I'm king, I'm going to ban tattoos.
Well, I don't blame you, my mate. I really don't.
Hey, did you used to... listen, just to move on...
You get to these people, they have them all over the body, don't they?
Andy, just to move on a second, right? We were talking to that fella who went through a phase of 20 years of dropping his trousers, and Susan has reminded me that in the 70s there was a craze for what was called mooning. Did you ever do any mooning, Andy?
What was that, Benny? Mooning?
Andy, you don't know what mooning is?
Go on, well, remind me.
You drop your trousers and your pants and you push your bum up against the window of a car. Do you ever do that?
No.
You sure?
Sorry?
Are you sure, Andy?
No, that's crazy. And that fella coming on about dropping his trousers.
Disgusting.
Well, I've never known nothing.
Andy, thank you very much indeed. Simon, did you ever do any mooning in the 70s or the 80s?
No, of course not.
Oh, come on, Simon, you must have done.
No, I didn't. I never saw the point. People talk about mooning. I didn't really see the point of it.
Bit of harmless, cheeky bumter, just dropping your trousers and your pants, pushing your bum up against the window of a coach on the way to a football game.
Unless someone wanted to see, you're behind, I would be offended if I saw someone else's behind.
Okay.
Unless it was a woman's.
Okay. So woman's behind would be okay?
Yep.
You all right?
Yep.
Emotional time for all of us. Man's behind...
Yep.
Okay, Simon, you've called...
Most reasonable thinking people would
agree with that. They would totally agree with that, yeah.
Except people like you.
Sorry?
Except people like you.
Who?
You.
Who?
What? Why me?
Because the way you come across, you're strange. Or either you're putting it on, or you are a strange person.
What do you mean by you're a bit? Do you want to blow your nose and have a cough, Simon?
Yeah.
I tell you what. Shall we go? We'll go to travel. You have a little clear up of the sinuses. Wait
no,
till.
fine.
Really? You sure?
Yes.
Oh dear. So what? Do you think I'm a pervert or something?
No, I'm not saying that, but I mean, bringing up a subject like mooning and saying that it's normal to think it's okay. You're a different kind of person than me.
What? I don't know what subject I've brought up today. Anyway. Mooning. OK. What have you called in for? I tell you what, Simon. I do have to go to the travel. Stay there. I want to give you a fair crack of the whip.
Your travel news in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.
Let's get the travel. Here's Phil.
Right, on the M6 southbound, coming from junction 10 at the Black Country down towards the M5 link, traffic's looking really slow at the moment. Also the same on the northbound side, coming from junction 11A over towards junction 12. That's because of the roadworks. And there was an accident from the junction 3 of the M6 northbound over towards the M6 toll. It's left traffic really heavy there. And in Boldmere, you'll find that traffic is really heavy on the Chester Road as well, and not helped, again, by the roadworks in place there. If you spot a problem, call BBC WM 95.6 travel 0330 123 3550.
This Easter Monday, we're going back in time to the glamtastic 70s. Yeah, man. From Meatloaf to Slade, ELO to Fleetwood Mac.
You can go your own way.
We're playing some of the greatest hits of the 1970s. This Easter Bank Holiday Monday on BBC WM 95.6.
Simon. Simon.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what did you call in about, mate?
Well, you get fed up of the things that you see going on. The use of language these days.
Yeah.
And it comes from academia, like
the macadamia
people
nut.
making their voices go up at the end of the sentence.
That doesn't come from macadamia nuts. That comes from no, it doesn't. That comes from Australia, because that started in the 80s when everybody was watching Neighbours.
Okay, what about the use of the word "so" when starting a sentence? That's wrong, and that comes from academia.
Okay, that might come from macadamia nuts, but the rising of the voice at the end of a sentence doesn't. But what's your beef with academia?
The things that they do.
What, learning?
Perverting society.
What? No, that's not academia. That's perverts you're thinking of. What? Give us an example, apart from starting sentences with the word "so," where academia has perverted society.
The use of the phrase "yeah, no" when you're confirming something that's.
What's that going? I'm confused, Simon. Let's go back one step. What do you mean by the word academia?
The universities and.
Right. So learning, institutions of learning. Simon, are you absolutely bonkers?
No.
How are universities responsible for people saying yeah, no?
Because you hear the people who make public policy and decide the education system. Decide what children are going to learn in school.
Right, and when did Michael Gove, when he was head of education, when did he ever say yeah, no?
It's not Michael Gove in particular, but the people who make the syllabus, education syllabus.
Oh, fucking hell. When do they say what? When do? I mean, Simon, you come on and fair play, you speak a lot of nonsense sometimes. I can't even grasp what it is you're trying to say.
I'm trying to say that basically the education system is being deliberately manipulated and dumbed down by people at the top. And I just wanted people to realise that.
Okay. And you think the world is, 4,000 years old?
6,000.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Where's my producer gone? There's a phone call and everything. Yes, Connor, you're on the air. What can I do for you? Connor, you're on the air. Connor? Hello? Erdington? What? Hello? Connor? 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 Connor! Yes, Nick, you're on the air. What you got for us?
Hello, mate.
Hello, Nick. What you got?
Who's that bloke? Is he for real, that bloke, just?
Simon, who just called in?
Yeah. Is he for real?
He is for real. Simon calls in from time to time with strong views. I couldn't quite grasp. I'm sorry, Simon, if you felt I was being rude, but I was really struggling to grasp what his beef was this time.
Exactly. You need to get a sense of humour or get with it, you know.
Are you with it, Nick?
I'm with it. I get you. I get Ramsey. I get all the faces that come on there, you know.
But I don't understand what that I don't understand what his problem was. He thinks it's a conspiracy that people say yeah, no.
He's crackers, that bloke.
Thank you very much indeed. 03453 009956. Blimey, that was loud, wasn't it?
She's electric. She's in a family full of eccentrics. She's done things I've never expected. And I need more time. She's got a sister, and God only knows how I've missed her. And on the palm of her hand is a blister. And I need more time. And I want you to know I got my mind made up now. But I need more time. And I want you to say, do you know what I'm saying? But I need more, 'cause I'll be you and you'll be me. There's lots and lots for us to see, lots and lots for us to do. She's electric, could I be electric too? She's got a brother. We don't get on with one another, but I quite fancy a mother, and I think that she likes me. She's got a cousin. In fact, she's got about a dozen. She's got one in the oven, but it's nothing to do with me. And I want you to know I got my mind made up now. But I need more time. And I want you to say, do you know what I'm saying? But I need more, 'cause I'll be you and you'll be me. There's lots and lots for us to see. There's lots and lots for us to do. She's electric, can I be electric too?
The only good song Oasis did, guys. The only good song Oasis did. Yeah, that's a good one. The rest is rubbish. Yo. Wonderwall, The Angry One, and all the others, utter tosh. That's a nice little pop song. Sam's on the line. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Who are you?
I don't know, Sam. Are you a tiny man in a box? Could you put your mouth near the telephone?
Yeah, I'm in the car, hands free.
Okay, it sounds absolutely rubbish. We can barely hear you.
So does your show.
Oh, cheeky! You cheeky little monkey!
It's an absolute nothing. I've been listening to this show the first time today.
Yes.
And it's an absolute nothing
How long you been listening for, Sam?
since you started.
Since 10 o'clock. So you've listened to 2 hours of absolute nothing. May I make a suggestion?
No, I know what you're going to say, but you're not even discussing anything seriously. You don't give people time to answer the question. All you do is butt in, insinuate, and play the fool.
And your criticism is...
What?
Yeah, your I'm not playing the fool now, Sam. You're doing a good job yourself. Your criticism is...
My criticism is, if you're going to do a Saturday morning show,
Yes.
talk about something that's relevant.
What would you like... What would you like me to...
Listen, let me finish.
No, Sam. What would you like me to talk about?
Anything serious instead of showing your bum in a coat.
Come on, man. That was a good phone in. Have you ever shown your bum? Have you ever done a moonie? Come on.
I've done a moonie, yeah, but...
Well, when did you, Sam? Here we go. When did you last do a moonie then?
When did I last do a moonie? I'm always doing moonies. I don't give a...
And when do you do it? Do you do it on like a minibus to a football game? Do you do it? But where do you do it?
If somebody upsets me, I'll do it.
If someone upsets you, you'll do a moonie to them.
Yeah, and in fact, if I weren't driving my car now, I'd show the radio my bum.
Sam, thanks for listening. I'm on Fridays as well, 2 till 4. I'll speak to you next week.
No.
Thank you, mate. I love it. He phoned in to complain about the moonie topic, and then he contributed. That's fantastic. Thank you, Sam. It doesn't matter. You listened to 2 hours for a show he didn't like. Nick's on the line. Morning, Nick.
There's that bloke, his crackers, another one.
Thank you, Nick. I've listened to you for 2 hours and I don't like it. It's rubbish. You know what? Go and listen to Heart for 2 hours. Go and listen to Radio 4. Go and do something else. That phone in about Moonies is disgusting. Ever done one? Yeah, loads. I do it when I get angry. That's not weird, is it? That's not weird, is it? Oh, I'm so... What are you showing me your bum for? I'm furious. Can we not just talk? Could you not pull your pants up and maybe we'll just talk about it? Thank you, Sam. I appreciate you listening and I appreciate you taking the time to share your thoughts on just how much you disliked this programme. I tell you what, we're coming to the end of the show. Let's have a little bit of this, shall we? We're winding down. Daz is on next. Always a good listen, apart from when he's talking. I mean, the bits in between are brilliant. Oh, I saw him writing jokes today. He was writing I didn't realise he put time and effort into those things. We just had a phone call from Jo, who some of you may remember from last week. Thumbs up, everyone. She's all right. Thank you for calling, Jo. If you want to email me in the week, ian.lee@bbc.co.uk. Back on Friday at 2. Thank you, Mark.
On FM.
Freeview, digital radio,
and online.
Your voice in the West Midlands.
BBC WM 95.6.